So there's not a lot of information this build. If I have any thoughts whatsoever, it is now that we have seen, and this is not new information as of right now, it's new information as of like this past week. Apparently some of the WoW devs posted to some add-on geniuses that the restrictions are basically all out of combat stuff. Is not exactly the right way to put it, because some of it is like in instance and stuff, but like I think people's main gripes is their UI in combat is just going to be cooked and you're going to have to rely on the Blizzard one, which is missing so many features. It's going to make the game worse for a lot of people, and we were expecting some of that to be rolled back, and it doesn't seem like really that's going to get rolled back, which now has been delaying people pointing the finger at how not ready their game is for this, their UI, right? Because if we could still have add-ons to customize our UI, which why wouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you let us have that while you figure out this, right? You're trying to do all of this in 4 months. It's crazy. I thought the goal for all of this was like, let's make sure we have all this stuff working in game, and then we'll take this stuff out if we need to. But obviously you would have never needed to actually take out any of the UI stuff because it's just purely personal preference, right? Like there's still some major stuff that needs, you know what? This is probably something we need to do in the next week. If there's anything we can do to Blizzard, would be creating a round table, some kind of direct form of feedback that's like, okay, if it's actually happening, which is fucking stupid, that we're going to be doing midnight with just Blizzard UI, here are the things that the UI 100% needs. Not like it would be cool to have this, but this game is going to be fucked if you do not have these things. Like some things off the top of my head are like definitely like raid frame improvement, mostly for healers. Buff and debuff tracking is completely essential and does not exist in the game at all at the moment. They're trying to do a little bit of it in the cooldown manager, but it's not very customizable at all. And I don't know. There's a lot more that I could say right now, but if I just start listing off things, I don't want them to be wants. I think it's so important that any kind of feedback that's given like this, because here's the reality. If we give them a list of all of our wants of like, here's what we want the Blizzard UI to do by the time this game comes out, the chances of them doing all of that, 0. It's probably the chances of them doing the things we absolutely need are not 100, but they're higher than 0. So you need to keep the list as small as possible so they know where to prioritize their time. Because there's some stuff that actually just like, dude, if you were to play Midnight with the cooldown manager as it stands, not even right now, but with the changes they've said that are going to happen to it, it would be trash. Like, it would just be bad. Like, I don't understand how Blizzard isn't freaking the fuck out right now. Like, I know such a large portion of their game, this doesn't really matter to them. They're going to log in and play WoW no matter what. But, like, the people who play this game for its gameplay and have at some point downloaded a add-on to make their UI look better than what Blizzard gives you, which is not enough, which is, I mean, it has to be a decent amount of people. Obviously, I'm going to get a lot of yeses and trues in this stream because you guys are these kind of people. But we're not talking about 1% of the game here. It's more than that. And even 1% of their game with how many subs they get is a lot of people. That's a number you don't want to lose. So they need to figure this shit out big time. And the easiest solution is, hey, we wanted to get rid of this. Because, like, the whole arms race between combat designers and weak auras is a real thing. They have been able to make less cool fights because they know weak auras will just solve really cool mechanics. And with this stuff gone, they can do those mechanics. They're going to make better fights for sure. No question about it. But all of this coming as a result of that, what the cost is doesn't equal the reward. The reward of better raid fights is not worth the cost of what we're currently losing. The cost will go down over time once their in-game stuff gets better, but they just started doing this shit. Why are we doing this right now? Like, you don't have to do this now. You can do this 2 years from now. You know? Basically, if all this stuff has to get gutted with no support to even somewhat replace it in-game, like, just why are we doing this now? Just delay it, if that's possible. I don't know how hard set they are in it. That's the easy solution. If they're not going to do that, bro, they have to lock the fuck in. They have to try to replace 20 years of add-on design and try to replicate it in 4 months in-game. JB's tweet is pretty good. Yeah, JB usually has a pretty fire Twitter. Let's check it out. PC Gamer said, a lot of the class changes in Midnight haven't been in the works for years, Hazakaz said. Instead, he says they popped up over the past few months. When we first began our conversation with the community around the philosophy of where we were thinking we wanted to go with add-ons, we heard a lot of feedback immediately of, oh, that's all well and good, but how am I supposed to track this mechanic? Internally, we were like, they're not wrong. I actually can't think of a much more damning summary of Midnight than this. We rushed the add-on changes and realized last minute that it's going to fuck over a lot of other things, and we're scrambling to put out preventable fires instead of just taking our time with the add-ons. Yeah, I have no way of phrasing this better. He's exactly right. Blizzard had 20 years of robust third-party add-on development to inspire them or straight up borrow from or literally hire and steal. Not kidding. They have used almost none of it. Now they're effectively banning competition. I'm supposed to believe they'll be motivated to continuously improve the UI. Facts. I think I'm going to start doing a daily I had fun on WoW today tweet to get my positive to negative ratio aligned. What was the previous one? Just got kicked from a normal remix dungeon for pulling more than one pack at a time, giving me a 30-minute deserter debuff. Chat tells me it's against TOS to post the names of my abusers in a screenshot, so I need an idea on how to ruin all of their lives that won't get me banned. JB's hit rate on Twitter is just, this is just a quality follow, man. It's a quality follow. I don't know. I think the community has always overreacted. Probably the same here. Yeah, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, right? I am also someone... Bro, am I not like the #1 everyone is overreacting guy? Like when any kind of negative shit is posted? I feel like, if anything, I sometimes play devil's advocate even when I know that the overreacting isn't overreacting, just to try to at least view the other side, right? Because there's so much dooming. It's like someone has to like look at this from the other point of view, even if I don't agree with it, just to like kind of understand it better. I don't think people are overreacting. I think this is genuinely, it's like potentially really, really bad. And I think they're currently, I mean, they have to be having meetings about this, but like, I don't know. I think that another thing that is making people not freak out more is I think in some people's minds, this expansion is coming out like in next summer or something. But I don't know this in any certain terms, and this is not some word on the street shit, but like basically everyone who knows anything about what they're talking about is saying this shit is coming out in February. So there's not a lot of time. It's kind of crazy.